Yes, people. The French goon bag. Back at it again with another stream. Europa League business. We love to see it. This was actually one of my first streams, man. A couple of weeks ago, I did Europa League stream, and it was one of the first ones on my channel, and it was actually really good. It was really successful after Pepe scored those two amazing free kicks. We had like 20 people in the chat room at some points, and yeah, man, the thing was going well. Let's hope we can get some more success like that again this time, man. Would love that. So without further ado, this is the starting 11 reaction. Trying to check out who's starting. I've been caught completely off guard, but man is here, innit? So I haven't looked at this yet. Let's have a look. Swipe across to Arsenal. We have Martinez in goal. We have Mustafi at right back. Very interesting. We have Socrates and Holding. Very interesting. Centre backs. And we have Kieran Tierney at left back. We have Ceballos, Maitland-Niles and Willock in the middle. We have Martinelli up front with Pepe on the right and Saka on the left. So quite a young, very young midfield. Quite a young attack. Couple of vets in there. Pepe, Socrates, Mustafi. Yeah, I mean, they're the vets. I would still call Holding and Tierney and Martinez, you know. Martinez not young, but he's not a vet. You know what I mean? Holding's kind of a vet, but in the same way. Interesting. Very interesting lineup. Now, I suppose, probably the most interesting part about this, let's just look at the bench quickly. Leno, Bellerin, Lacazette, Torreira, Nelson, Guendouzi, and Kolasinac. So no Aubameyang, no Lacazette. Oh no, Lacazette is there, sorry. No Aubameyang. So I guess goals off the bench come in the shape of Lacazette and possibly a Reece Nelson. Yeah, we shouldn't need goals off the bench. It's Vitoria. They showed out against us in the first game. Let's be real. We didn't expect that. We had to come from behind to win the game in the end, but we did win it. At this point, I just don't know what's going to happen when Arsenal play. In fact, that's a lie. I do know what's going to happen. We're not going to create many high-quality chances to score goals, most likely. Although in Europa League and the Cup, we do seem to do better. It's interesting Ozil's not on the bench. We knew he wasn't going to be in the squad, but it's just interesting to see it again. Does that mean he plays on the weekend? Does this mean Pepe's not starting against Leicester? I bet he's not going to start against Leicester. Alright, so look, let's try and analyse what this starting 11 tells us about the weekend, because yeah, we want to see some great football. Like, we love watching the Cups because sometimes we get better football than in the Prem, let's be real. But the real story here is who's going to start on the weekend based off of this. Now, Socrates usually starts week in, week out in the league, and usually isn't really in the realms for the Europa League. Hasn't started a Europa League game yet, or a Cup game yet, I don't think. Is this a sign? And the fact that Mustafi, I'm just noticing that Callum Chambers isn't even on the bench, but he's not playing right back, and Bellerin's not playing right back. To me, what we're going to see against Leicester is Bellerin as a right back and Chambers as a central defender alongside David Luiz, which I would not be mad at all. I think Chambers has been probably our best defender this season, barring the penalty game away against Palace. He's done amazingly well, and like every one of our other defenders has done stupid shit. Let's be real, you know, Socrates and Luiz have given away penalties and just giving away goals in stupid ways. Like, that's his one mistake that he's made, and to be fair to him, he was playing as a right back at the time, which is not his preferred position. Yeah, I feel like what we're seeing here tells us that Chambers will start on the weekend and Bellerin will start at right back, which that's not what my heart says, but that's what my head is saying. Like, logically, that's what's going to happen, but in my heart, I'm like, no way, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. But we'll see. I guess the predicted starting 11 now for the weekend has got some, you know, interesting information to reference. Let's look at the midfield. Now, he started Tierney and Pepe together. I've seen a bit of people quite happy about that on Instagram or whatever. The thing is, for me, there is still an element, like I'm talking about who's going to start on the weekend and who's going to start where. At the end of the day, I do feel like we've got to a point with Unai Emery where it doesn't matter who starts. Like, we're going to see pretty much the same thing. It's not a question of having the right players for me at this point. It's just this is how the man plays this game. It's boring. It's not high opportunity, and yeah, doesn't matter who's gonna play. So whether it's Tierney, Kolasinac, Pepe, Reece Nelson, Martinelli, Aubameyang, Ozil or Ceballos, like we're just not gonna really be that good. It's just not gonna be good. Like that's kind of how I feel about it, and it's a shame that that is how I feel. But boy, that is what it is, isn't it? Obviously, we've turned out some good results. We've beat Frankfurt 3-0, who got the Bayern manager sacked on the weekend. So we can turn up in this league, but it's whether we will or not. And yeah, it's hard to say. But I think even if we do turn up, boy, I would be surprised if we managed to repeat one of our great goal scoring things. I think this side have given us a bit of trouble. I think they'll be in our heads a bit. I think the mentality won't be there. I'm predicting a scrappy game. I'm predicting a 2-1. I just feel like it's a 2-1 win to the Arsenal. 2 goals in the game, that would be nice. I haven't had that in a while. 2 goals from open play would be even better. When's the last time we scored 2 goals? Obviously Europa League, last time we played. And then we scored 5 goals the other day. But when's the last time we scored a few goals and were comfortable? That was probably like the 4-0 or the 5-0 in the Nottingham Forest or something like that. Yeah, I just not confident really and truly in terms of what's gonna happen. It's not even that I'm not confident in terms of winning the game. Like I know we're better than them, we'll win the game. But what I'm not confident about is what the fuck I'm gonna see. I just don't know what it's gonna be. We've got a 4-3-3 lined up here. Is that how it's gonna turn out? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. I love the Tierney Martinelli link up. I think that's a great bit of chemistry they got between them. I think already 2 assists for Tierney onto Martinelli's head. I might be wrong, but I think it's something like that, and I think he can maintain that. Hopefully, he'll get more of them in this game. I'd love to see Saka do well. I think Saka's just dipped a little bit in terms of he was really impressive in the Europa League, played in the Prem, really impressive, and then just dipped off a bit. But again, I think that's probably down to the manager. So, yeah. How much pressure is this for Unai Emery? I'd say none. I think we're not statistically through the Europa League group stage yet, but we are through. Like, we'll get through that. I think this is kind of meaningless. I think the pressure game for Unai Emery is this weekend against Leicester. I think if he loses that, very good chance he's gone on the international break, and it's what most of us fans have been crying out for, man. So that would be sweet. Yeah. Maitland-Niles playing in the centre. I don't think we've seen that. I think he tends to play out on the right or as a right winger. I believe he played as a centre midfielder against United and got man of the match last time he was a CM for us. Certainly last time he was a CM in the league for us. So that bodes well. Let's just hope he can repeat that kind of performance. On the other hand, the last couple of games he's played, he hasn't played well. So yeah, I guess it's a bit of a test for Maitland-Niles. Willock, in fact, the whole midfield, and this is like a reflection of Unai Emery really and truly, the whole midfield haven't been playing great recently. Ceballos has been a bit like just flapping around, trying to get shit done, but not efficient. He's doing that thing that Spanish players do where he just passes you the ball and you have to pass it back because the pass is kind of dead and he's running towards you anyway. Like, he'll pass the ball behind you, you have to give him the ball back, and then he'll just take it and then pass it somewhere else. And I think he needs a better manager to tell him, oh, stop fucking around, get the ball in dangerous positions. This isn't about you. We don't want to see the Ceballos ballet. Yeah, it's not about Ceballos doing little runs sideways, in, out, and the ball never going in the back of the net. Ceballos, we don't care about that, bro. We need to see efficiency. Right now, it feels like he's just showing off a little bit and just trying to do his own thing rather than working within the team. Willock, bright spots, fantastic goal the other day, working hard off the ball, could do more on the ball. Maitland-Niles, great goal the other day, couple horror moments in the game before. Subbed at half-time. Willock was subbed at half-time in his last, maybe not his last game, but the 2 ones before that. Maitland-Niles was subbed at half-time as well. There's a lot of guys who got approved points, and I just hope they can do it, man. I hope they can do it. Yeah, so 2-1 to the Arsenal, I'm predicting. I'll do a live watch along, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. Till then, French Guna, I'm out.